Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Fabulous Jenny, aka Fab Jen, aka Jenny, and welcome to my beauty journey. So as you can tell by the title of this video, this is a very easy, user-friendly, beginner-friendly eye tutorial.
At least I hope it turns out that way.
Okay, so hopefully I don't burn out my retinas, but I wanted to kind of walk you through this simple everyday look. So the palette that I'm going to be featuring today is going to be the Gemini Milk Cosmetics palette. It's an OG. It's what kind of sort of put Milk Cosmetics on the map. And you're probably like, damn, how are you gonna do this? This is actually, believe it or not, I want to say damn, you're probably thinking like this isn't really an everyday palette. It absolutely is. Green colors are really good for brown eyes. Very complimentary. However, there's a lot of shades in here you can use just on its own, and it's very complimentary, especially if you have my skin tone or you like brown earthy tones. So this look that I have right here, I've already done it on one side here, and I will show you either in the beginning or the end of this what the completed face looks like. It's a simple, everyday, quick run out of the door, 3 maybe 4 shades, that's it, no fuss, you're done. So you always use a primer. If you're a beginner and you're just starting off, primer. I don't care if it's drugstore primer or if it's a high-end primer, you need a eye primer. That was my first mistake when doing eyeshadow. I didn't have an eye primer. I could not understand why my eyeshadow wasn't lasting. I could not understand why everybody's eyeshadow was on and popping and mine was not. Always, no matter what, use a primer. Drugstore primers are really good too. For me personally, they're a little bit more drying to my eye. I'm using Too Faced Shadow Insurance. The first color I'm going to use is Luna. That's going to be this color right here, Luna, and I'm going to go in with a relatively flat shadow brush. This is the Esam W23 brush. Esam brushes are actually really good. They're just really expensive. They're a pro brand brush company, by the way.
And what I do is I just quickly press that onto the brow. And what I also did was, this is a really good, also a good transition, or I call them eraser colors. If you make a boo-boo, you can go over that area with this color, depending on where you place your product, and you can help kind of correct that mistake. That's probably for a later video. So don't panic. I'd rather you build up a little than to start off with a lot and try to fix it.
So I'm relatively happy with that. That's it. I took it from the brow and a little bit into the crease here. The crease is where you feel that hard part right here. That's your crease. Anywhere in your orbital bone right there, that's when you're going to know where your crease is. So I took it down to the crease. The next color that I shouldn't have started with, I should have started with Polka Dot. I'm going to go in with this kind of brown mustardy color, Lorelei. This color right here. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it all over the lid up to the crease. But my theory is, what I do to one side I want to do to the other, because the results may vary and I don't want to do that. So knowing what I know now, I probably just would have not gone in with this color. So I'm going to take this with a shadow brush. This one's relatively big because this is something if you want to be quick and in a hurry. I wouldn't recommend this brush. I wish I hadn't used it, but it's good for packing on really quick and kind of running out the door. Relatively happy with this color. This color is more of a transitional color. I'm going to go back in with it a little bit, and then I'm just going to go right into the crease. And that's it, pretty much. Now the next color I'm going to go in is with Polka Dot. It's that next deeper shade. I'm going to go, Polka Dot right here. And
I'm going with Polka Dot, and I'm going to place that over the lid area first. And then I'm going to blend it. I'm going to take a blending brush, and I'm just swiping over the area about 3 times. I went into the pan 3 times. For most of this eyeshadow placement, I did go into the pan 3 times. So I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to go in with the Esam 33. It's like a blending brush. It's a little bit more tapered. And I'm going to go into Polka Dot, and I'm going to place that kind of in my outer V, and then blend it a little bit up into the crease. What I'm looking for is as much symmetry as possible. Making sure that both sides look equal. I'm going to actually go in a little bit more here. I like that yellow because the yellow kind of brings a little warmth to it. Golden tones typically look better on my skin. Overall, I'm going to go back in just a smidgen with that polka dot, and I'm going to keep blending over the lid and upward into the crease, but taking care not to cover that yellowy shade, because I'm going to actually go back in with the yellowy shade.
And I'm going to go in back into Laura Lee, and I'm going to place it right between that highlighted shade and that yellow shade, and I'm
just going in around the perimeter all the way into my outer corner. It's so pretty. Ooh, God, I hope I'm getting this. I tried to place the camera where I could get this. Oh my gosh, so very pretty. Overall, I'm gonna take that here. Kind of happy with that.
On this side, what I did was I went in with that lighter shade.
Going back over that same area, and you can see how quickly it's dulled down that area. It's almost completely taken that color away. That is a really important tip. If you find a shade that does that, it's good for smoky eye looks, but it's also good for correcting errors. So I lost a lot of that yellow because it kind of sort of erased it a little bit, so I'm just going to go back in and add that yellow. Or if you like it the way it is, you can leave it.
Oh my gosh. So pretty much what I did was did this. I go in with Laura Lee, and I'm just gonna take that in to, not to the corner. I kind of want that outer corner to be a little lighter, and I'm just blending it down. Okay, that's Laura Lee. I'm gonna go in with polka dot, and I'm just gonna place that on the outer bit. And this steps that I'm taking helps to create a gradient look, a cohesive look. You do not have to do this step. You can quintessentially do the top and then be done, but I think this really makes more for a professional looking eye look without it looking overly glamorous or overly done. It's a really nice clean look. But if you have more almond shaped eyes, it'd probably even just be best to kind of skip it all together. But since my eyes are a little bit more rounded, sunken in, and semi-hooded, this looks better on me personally. And that's just figuring out my eye shape and seeing what best works for me. So you can literally walk out the door, put on some mascara if you want to or not, walk out of the door, and you're done. However, if you want to be a little bit more smoky or to make your eye a little bit more cat line-ish or give a little bit of a pull, what I did, because you know I can't help myself, is I went in with this liner, and this liner by Inglot's, the color 77, is this really dark black. Very little is needed. So if you ever get this product, you may never run out of it because it's just really pigmented. Very little is needed, but it tends to dry out relatively quickly. So I'm taking a liner brush. I'm just getting
as close to the lash line as possible. This is not going to be a cat line look. I'm taking a definer brush. This one's by Delium Tools. It's 714 flat eyeliner defining brush. 714, and I'm just going to go in real quickly. Kind of smudge that out. Because I'm not, ooh, your girl messed up. Okay. Now, you go in with Cupcake, which is this the darker brown shade in here, or, yeah, it's a little bit darker. So, and you just place that product on top of that Inglot, preferably before it dries. And then you blend it, or smudge it outwards. You don't have to be perfect
with this. So what it's going to do is give you a little bit of a feline cat look to it. Kind of pulls and lifts the eye. And what I'm going to do is go underneath with that same Inglot. I'm going to go 1/4 in. Very little is needed.
And you will have to work quickly with this product because it does set pretty quick. That's perfect. I'm done. Take that same liner brush. Drag it just ever so slightly and drag it a little bit down. Wipe it off, go in with Cupcake.
Last step would be mascara. I'm using the Hypnos Drama mascara, and I'm giving it a generous amount of mascara coating simply because I'm not using falsies. I did try this with falsies and I did not like it. It didn't look soft. It made it look a lot more extreme. Even the natural lashes I had were a little too much, and I was like, I'm not doing this. But my own lashes were more than enough, perfect for this look. Now I'm going to go in with a spoolie
and get rid of as much clumpiness as possible and actually pushing the lashes upwards. You could always curl your lashes, but this is a little fun. It's a little quick little technique if you don't want to curl your lashes and you want to use the mascara to kind of manipulate them to kind of get them to curl a little bit. Some mascaras do have a curling effect, so that helps, but that's just a little quick technique. So overall, I'm happy with the mascara. I'm going to go in with my bottom lash line with the mascara and go in on my bottom lash line because I thought I didn't have any, but apparently I do have little mini baby lashes.
So this is the look. This is the final look before we get into the eye tutorial. Really simple. The colors did kind of sample a little bit of the greens, and they were just magnificent. I also sampled the Gemini color in here as well, and it was just beautiful. So none of the colors in here disappointed me. The pigmentation is awesome. I'm very happy. This is my second time using this palette, but I have touched all the colors in this palette. It's absolutely worth the money. I can see why it sells out. I can see why it's so fantabulously fantastic. This palette can go from day to night. Very, I would say even beginner friendly. If you know that there are a few shades in there that you're going to be using every single day, you'll be fine. And then if you want to do a little bit more of a glamorous look or you're going out, you can easily transition with this palette. So I highly recommend it if you are on the fence about it, or maybe you want to add to your collection, or you are a beginner and you have other eyeshadow palettes and you want to kind of upgrade a little bit. I would recommend Milk Cosmetics Gemini palette, absolutely. And the 27 palettes, also freaking fabulous. I did touch that palette and the pigmentation is just as good as the Gemini. Absolutely amazing complementary palette to the Gemini. So if you really wanted to go ham, I would do the Gemini and the 27 palette, and you pretty much wouldn't need any more shades after that. But if you're like, you want more, maybe all mattes or something like that, I'll always recommend Visa Art's neutral matte palettes. Absolutely amazing, and the pigmentation is amazing, and the colors are very complementary for most, if not all, skin tones. It's a neutral palette. So anyway, I digress. This is the look. I'm a little bit more Dr. Frankenfooter here with this highlight. I went a little bit ham. That was not my intention, so please excuse the extreme highlight. Kind of went a little too far into the deep, but it's a really pretty look. I like it. I love it. Everyday look. Yeah, I like it. You're my best view. Nah.